Both Victor and Enigma have been staples of the metagame since their release in Heavy Hitters and in Part the Mistfell. On top of that, they have both done well at the national championship level, making them contenders for any tournament, local or nationally. In the past, Illusionist has ran over Guardian with Illusionist's ability to be able to set up a massive board that Guardian couldn't clear. But Enigma's a little different in this sense. We're not really using Spectra that often anymore, and we're now using Ward, which means as Guardian players, we can use cards like Zealous Belting, Outmuscle, and Rouse the Ancients to try and clear the board and put pressure on our opponents to give us the front foot. With that in mind, Enigma is still an illusionist, and she's able to set up a very powerful board state that plays both offense and defense with the ward mechanic, and she's also able to play Protect the Queen with cards like Unmovable, Sink Below, and Fate Foreseen. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed the match. Okay, we're going first against Enigma, and my opponent, I think I'm just going to pass here. I don't really have any interest in doing anything. I would rather them attempt to flash something in, but me just being able to set up and just block with the Trounce is pretty good. My opponent doing like the good guy thing right there. I really appreciate it. They were asking me if I meant to just pass instead of throwing something at them. And I appreciate them asking, but it is a very common play on turn 0 to just want to do that. So do I want the I don't really care about winning the Trounce. I'm getting a gold from the Golden Sun, which means I'm going to draw a Buckling Blow. So I don't think I'm going to clash again. I think I'm just happy with taking my second gold here, because no matter what, even if I put their Phantasmaclasm on the bottom and keep my 2 gold and I get the resources, which I don't really think matter here, then I think it's correct to just take the W off the Golden Sun, take the gold, start building toward just start building towards visit Goldmane Estate, just being able to play cast homes and just making value out of it, so that I can just start getting value off of the cast homes. Hopefully they come around soon. So the way that the best way that this works out for you is to be able to, as Victor, is to I don't think I want to pummel this. As Victor is just to be able to win a clash, win a couple of clashes early, win some gold, and then use the cast homes to really put us in a positive spot. So they're currently blocking exactly 8, and I don't really want them. They're blocking exactly 8 right now, and I would rather just let them take 3, discard a card, and clear their board here. We're getting a lot of value out of getting the 10,000 year reunion there, because that was going to be absolutely backbreaking for us if they were able to keep it. And let's throw Spinal Crush. It's the biggest number we have, forces the most cards out of their hand, and then I'm able to Arsenal the weakest link, which means if I'm able to find another Pummel here somewhat soon, then I can put myself in a good spot with the weakest link in Pummel here. Ooh, double blue Sink Below. Okay. It's not... Don't think that's ideal for them, but they're probably only doing one thing anyway. They probably should have went Sink Below, sunk something, and then played this, and then played the other Sink Below to see how it's going to feel. Get a little bit of a better feel for their hand and what they're looking to do. Now, they do have a Chi, which means they can flip to activate Enigma, use Meridian Pathway, and then take 1 and lose everything. Lose Pathway and they lose their Spectral Shield, but I think my opponent's okay just doing that. Just kind of taking the Crush effect. The Spinal Crush effect is not super backbreaking against my opponent a lot of times. Okay, so this is just 4. I don't really want to block 4. I am more interested in trying to play Rouse. We can go Rouse into Crush the Weak, which is pretty solid. I mean, it's a pretty good play. Anytime you can line up Go Again cards early on in the game, that's exactly where you want to be. That is exactly where you want to be. All right, Traverse could be pretty good for them. They could be able to really get us with the Traverse here. If they have like a Mirror Guy in their hand. I think I just want to... Yeah, I think I just want to throw the Weakest Link here. It forces the issue, like with the trigger, the hit trigger on the stack, they would have to pitch their... They would have to pitch their chi to play whatever they want to do to activate Enigma. So it would be like in the... Like, the trigger goes on the stack. I think they just requested to undo twice there. Yeah, they just said didn't do math right in the chat. Like, completely understand. Been there. My opponent's just looking to block 6, I think. I don't think they realized they were blocking 5. Okay, just going to play Waxing Spectre. I assume pitching the non-chi blue here to be able to... Okay, so they're using Tunic in a red. They're looking to put Spectral Manifestations into play. Or I'm sorry, not Mirror Guy. They're looking to use Chi to play the Mirror Guy. They have to be, in my opinion. So they pitch the Manifestations, and then they're going to plan on playing the... Going to plan on playing... Ooh, this hand's awkward. I mean, this hand's not that bad, realistically. The worst part about this hand is that I have the Cranial Crush in my arsenal, so like I need to find a way to use this hand effectively. I could just go Zealous into Command and Conquer. Playing the Command and Conquer Pummel is also a very good play. I think this is the best play we can make, and I know it's very unintuitive, but I'm going to use Tunic to play Pummel, and I'm going to keep the Zealous Belting in my hand. So that I can try to use a Go Again hand next turn to apply pressure while making their hand hopefully a little bit awkward, trying to clear the Mirror Guy. There's also a world if I just draw 3 blues, I'm able to go Zealous into Cranial Crush, and 13 points from Guardian is pretty good. Now, 5-card 13's not that good, like as a, you know, like on rate style thing, but it's still not bad. So we get a Chi from their hand, and we get a Levels from their arsenal. And the Test of Strength could draw us into a blue. So, I mean, the fact that this is coming in for 8, we're up enough to where we can still take some life here and try to make this work. Activating Meridian Path. Oh, it popped up as a trigger. We need to hit a blue right here. That would be an ideal situation. I am going to target myself, and we hit a Thunk, which is even better. We have to take 4, fall to 31, but we hit the Thunk, which gives us the ability to go Zealous into the Cranial Crush. So more than likely we're going to be able to clear the board here. Thankfully, we did not have an Out Muscle right there. Out Muscle still would have been for 7 because of the Might. Well, no, the 7 that they blocked with would have stopped that. But we deal 4 and we're able to clear the board here, pushing our lead a little bit. Probably going to take my Resource here or my E-Strike, I suppose. Taking the Command and Conquer is irrelevant. We draw into an Out Muscle. There's only one Pummel left in the deck that we haven't seen. We haven't pitched one or put it on the bottom, I don't think anyway. I'm not going to bet the farm on that, but I don't think. So if I give Command and Conquer here, I can go E-Strike for 7, putting the Out Muscle in my arsenal. They're playing a lot of Go Again stuff. So I think I'm better off to give the Out Muscle, throw the Command and Conquer, and then we're going to arsenal the E-Strike. Now, I know that throwing the Command and Conquer here is a little unintuitive just because they don't have an arsenal, but our opponent is at 14, and if they're willing to go to 8 here to try and keep their hand, which I suspect they might do because, to be honest, this is probably as good a window as they're going to get from us to be able to try to like set up a board and get back into this game on the front foot. But putting Go Again in our arsenal is very good. It's a very solid play for us. We're going to take 4 because I want to be able to go E-Strike, putting E-Strike on the bottom, pitch Buckling Blow to play Out Muscle, and then if they don't have a 6 or better to block this with, we get to pitch the Rouse to throw Hammer. So a 5-card, 5, 11, 17-point hand. Than what my opponent... I think I'm willing to take 7. Can't type here. Been working on my list. My opponent said that they're really liking this version of the deck better into Enigma than they're liking the Grindstone version. And I mean, to be fair, like, I have set this list up in a way that like tries to have a more net positive experience into Enigma. And as long as you're able to like draw go again cards and like string some good turns together, then it feels pretty good into Enigma for the most part. Now, I have to say I played against a version of Enigma a little earlier. That was honestly like insane to me. We played 3 games and I lost 3 games in a row. It was like Wally was putting me on the back foot pretty bad, and I was really not able to keep the pressure I wanted and really do the things I wanted to do. It was pretty bad for me. And then he's not dead because he has Meridian Pathway and Enigma here. Those 2 alone block 4. So he would put him to 2 if that's what he decided to do and leave him with a 2-card hand here. Sink Below also works. That'll also put you to 2. And then you get to make a Spectral Shield on your own turn. So pretty solid hand here. And okay, so not making a Spectral Shield, playing the Waxing Spectre. I am pretty incentivized to take 4 with this hand. The Goldmane Estate sets us up in a more positive fashion for the following turn. So the fact that we only have 2 gold is kind of mid this early on. Like, well, I mean, it's turn 9. I'm not going to say this early on, but still, like, drawing, like, being able to play it like that is okay. I kind of want to start cracking gold, if I'm being honest. I know that that's pretty greedy, but I think this is a matchup where I'm forced to play more of a greed monster kind of game. Arsenal the Goldmane Estate is actually really solid because it gives us another opportunity next turn to be able to put more might tokens into play, and we get to draw an extra card to be able to play more offense here. So I think this is the correct line we want to be taking. We're going to go Thunk, Wallop, Arsenal the Goldmane Estate. This is for 4. This for 9 is probably not correct. We're probably looking at playing the Zealous Belting. I think I'm going to go to 12, lead on the Goldmane Estate, and try to really apply some pressure here. Zealous Belting. I mean, I could crack a gold to try and go Rouse here. Let's see, what does that look like? So right now we have 3 mites, which means there technically could be a Phantasmaclasm here that they could use to block effectively with on the out muscle. Crack a gold, draw blue. Just theoretically. Pitch a blue to come in with Rouse, have these 2 left. Yeah, I'm just going to come in for 8. I think this is just 8 go again. My opponent said in the chat that they were probably dead here regardless, but I mean, and I hear what they're saying. This is like, I mean, I have a go again hand again. This is a good hand for me being in the position I'm in. But I still think I'm just supposed to give the out muscle here. Chimera is 6. And then if they don't have something, Moonchakra prevents 1, they go to 1. And then I'm able to Arsenal the Rouse here. So hopefully we rip into a hand that's able to play it. More than likely we can. But no guarantees there. Obviously there's no guarantees. Sorry, this is for 10 go again because of the might tokens. That hand obviously would have been safe to throw the Phantasmaclasm, or I'm sorry, to throw the would have been safe to be able to throw the out muscle to start the game, or to start that turn. Okay, and then they just have this where they're taking that, and we're just going to get them here. So just able to play all of our go again cards, put our opponents on the back foot, and just continue to apply pressure to keep the board clear. This game starts in a very interesting way, as on turn 0, I'm able to arsenal a Pummel, keep a Trounce in my hand, and my opponent does not go for any setup on the board state on turn 0. Now, they do put a Spectral Shield into play with 3 counters on it during their turn, which is very valuable, but I was able to block with the Trounce and win a gold from the Golden Sun. Now, I know that I could have reclashed to try and get the Might and the Vigor token, which would have been beneficial in some fashion, but I would rather just take the W off of the Golden Sun gold and just take that to draw a card anyway, continuing to add gold and preparing for cast homes later. On turn 5, I made the decision to throw Command & Conquer Pummel using the Tunic instead of pitching my Zealous Belting. I kept Zealous Belting in my hand because it's a go again card, and there's only 12 of them in my deck, and we had already seen a few of them right there. So looking at my hand, I was trying to set up for next turn, and on the following turn, I was able to go Zealous Belting into Cranial Crush, which let me clear the board and really apply a lot of pressure. On turn number 8, I was able to play my E-Strike from Arsenal, putting the E-Strike in my hand in the bottom of the deck. Pitch one of my blues to then play Outmuscle, and then pitch one of my blues to play Anothos for 6. This ends up being a 17-point turn, clearing the board and putting my opponent down to 2. Now, I know that this didn't physically win us the game, but this does put us in exactly the spot we want to be in, because we're at 20, our opponent's at 2, and we're just looking for enough room to get them with a Pummel, a Dominate, a Golden Sun, anything that can close the game out from here. Guys, if you see anything you think I missed, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.